Hello, everyone. Welcome back to If You're Passionate About Coins or just curious about the hidden treasures in your pocket change, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into an iconic piece of American coinage, the 1989 Jefferson nickel fault. Jefferson nickel has been a staple of American currency since its introduction in 1938, designed by Felix Schlag. The 1989 version carries on this legacy with its classic design, a profile of President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his beloved home, Monticello, on the reverse. But what makes the 1989 Jefferson nickel special? While it's not a rare coin, its value and appeal lie in its history, condition, and the subtle changes in coin collecting trends over the decades. First, let's go over the coin's specifications. Setting its fingers. Setting its rear end in the corner. It sticks in place until the middle of an hour, and the setting is rear end at the back to maintain. The 1989 Jefferson nickel is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel. It weighs 5 grams and has a diameter of 21 millimeters. The edge of the coin, that's smooth, unlike quarters or dimes with reeded edges. Now, let's talk about where these nickels were made. In 1989, the U.S. Mint produced Jefferson nickels at 2 facilities for using and crafting nickels, which, by the way, was the most remarkable building in America with a view of the Atlantic Ocean. Philadelphia and Denver. So what's the value of a 1989 Jefferson nickel today? If you've got one in circulated condition, meaning it has visible wear from use, it's typically worth 5 cents. Yes, face value, but here's where it gets interesting. In uncirculated condition, where the coin looks as pristine as the day it was minted, the value can climb to 25 cents to $1.50, depending on its grade. Visitors often hunt for specific features. Let's talk about some key details that could make your 1989 Jefferson nickel stand out. On the reverse side, look at the steps of Monticello. If all 6 steps are visible and undamaged, your coin could fetch a higher value. Coins with minting mistakes, like off-center strikes or die cracks, can sell for significantly more than their face value, sometimes up to $50 or more. Here are some fun facts about the 1989 Jefferson nickel. If you stacked all 1.4 billion nickels minted in 1989, you'd reach the moon and back. Twice. This was the last full year before the U.S. Mint started experimenting with modern coin designs in the 1990s, so the next time you're sorting through your change, take a second look at your nickels. That 1989 Jefferson nickel might not be rare, but it's a fascinating piece of history. Who knows, you could find one in exceptional condition or with a rare error that makes it worth more than you expect. To truly appreciate the 1989 Jefferson nickel, we need to go back to its origins. The Jefferson nickel series was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. This change came as part of a competition held by the U.S. Mint to modernize the coin's design. The winning design was created by Felix Schlag, an immigrant artist who captured the spirit of one of America's most influential founding fathers, Thomas Jefferson. The obverse features Jefferson's portrait, while the reverse shows Monticello, his Virginia plantation home. Fast forward to 1989, Monticello had been in circulation for over 50 years. By this time, it had become a familiar and trusted coin in the pockets of Americans. But what was happening in the United States in 1989? The year 1989 was a pivotal moment in history. It was the end of the Cold War, the Berlin Wall was coming down, and the U.S. economy was experiencing growth. Meanwhile, in the numismatic world, the U.S. Mint continued to produce billions of coins to meet the growing demands of a modern economy. Despite the Jefferson nickel remained untouched in 1989. Felix Schlag's original design had become a symbol of stability and tradition. However, behind the scenes, the Mint was preparing for future updates to this classic coin. In 1989, no one knew that the Jefferson nickel's design would soon see significant changes. These updates came in the early 2000s as part of the U.S. Mint's effort to celebrate America's westward expansion. The late 1980s also saw advancements in minting technology. This ensured that coins like the 1989 Jefferson nickel were produced more efficiently and with greater consistency. Despite this, minor errors and variations occasionally occurred, which makes hunting for rare 1989 nickels even more exciting for collectors today. Visa cases on radio broadcasting in the past 2 years have resulted in the reinvention of the westward expansion. The late 1989 nickels occasionally occurred, which makes hunting for rare 1989 nickels occasionally occurred. The 1989 Jefferson nickel isn't just a coin. It's a snapshot of American history. From its origins in 1938 to its place in the economy of the late 20th century, this small piece of metal carries a legacy of craftsmanship and tradition. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Subscription for more amazing coin stories. Also, comment below, do you have a 1989 Jefferson nickel in your collection? Let me know.